is the morning such a mess? Because how your morning start is how your day start. So now I'm feeling frustrated all day because my morning was a mess. And how am I telling people to be excellent? I can't make a bed. So I started being a little bit more convicted about my actions and my routines and what I was doing and that kind of thing. And so then it helped me to make all those things that I knew I should do become a habit. Prosperity has to do with rituals and routines. I'm going to share with you the routines and rituals that took me from poverty to prosperity. That took me from a 2-bedroom apartment with 7 people living in it, and I don't even have 7 kids. I have 2. So all the extra people didn't belong to me. We were just taking them in. Why I took in people when I had a 2-bedroom apartment and said, I will help you to live your life, I don't know, but I did. Must have just been my heart. But nonetheless, I used these principles that I'm going to share with you today to go from a 2-bedroom apartment to a 13,000 square foot house. There it is. It's real. Did it happen in a year? No. It took years for us to get to where I am today and to live like I live today. But I live an authentic, prosperous life. It's not made up. I don't have to fake my pictures on Instagram. I'm not stealing other folks' pictures and integrate them. I'm not taking a tree from the mall and putting it and act like it's in my house. But I got there because I followed some rituals and routines, and I had to change my mindset. And until you change your mind, you can't change your bank account. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I did, and exactly what I did is really all locked up in this notepad. Now, every single time we come out with a new product, we come out with a product, and it's really almost like an aha moment. Because my products, my journal, my Go Big course, I'm going to tell you later today about my Mind Shift Secrets course, Success Mastery coaching program. Every single thing that we developed came authentically out of a routine or a lesson or something that we did ourselves. I did myself, and then I created and made into a product. So for years, my team and I have followed a program to have rituals and routines so that we could be productive. It started with me, and I would have them make me little sheets. So Audrey and Charlotte would create little forms for me. They would be 8.5 by 11. They weren't cute and little and like this, by no means. They were just white pieces of paper. But I started putting myself on a routine, and I started to check off every day if I was keeping up with the success principles that I knew that I had to do if I was going to keep prosperity coming into my household, if I was going to be successful, if I could create products, write books, travel the world, raise a family. There were certain things that had to be in order. Then I had certain rituals that I had to make sure that I was doing. Why could it be accountable? I was like self-accountable. I could see and measure my life by the checks I have. So I could see in the beginning when it's on here it says make your bed. And I could see that I went for a month and really didn't make the bed. Now there's a thing called throwing the cover on the bed, and then there's another thing called making the bed. So I could say I threw the cover on the bed, but I didn't actually make the bed. And so then I said, you know what, I got time to make a bed, really? I don't have to get up. Why is the mornings rushed? Why is the morning such a mess? Because how your morning start is how your day start. So now I'm feeling frustrated all day because my morning was a mess. And how am I telling people to be excellent? I can't make a bed. So I started being a little bit more convicted about my actions and my routines and what I was doing and that kind of thing. And so then it helped me to make all those things that I knew I should do become a habit. And then it became a part of my life. And every morning I just would do this, follow these habits. But when I started following those habits, something happened that was major. All of a sudden, I started making money. Ideas began to come to me. My mind was clear. I began to produce. Doors began to open. And I began to make more money and more money and more money and more money and more money. And then finally, when I could go back and recollect, what is it? What am I doing? I realized I'm prospering because of what I'm doing daily. I'm changing who I am as a person. And I have became a prosperous person. So it's just the next thing that happens is prosperity just comes into my life. So I'm going to break down for you these things. But I'm telling you, if this is probably one of the most important things that you should get today is this notepad, because it seems so simple. But it's the simple things that causes us major breakthroughs. Major breakthroughs. Routines and rituals make up your life already. They already make up your life. You already have rituals and routines you follow. The problem is that you have accumulated a lot of habits. If they're not the right ones, then they're not going to lead to the right ending. If they are the wrong ones, they're going to lead to the wrong results. But if they are the right routines, they're going to yield the right results. So anyway, back in 1995, 1995 was a major year. We were extremely broke. We were trying to figure out life. Back then, and my husband helped me go back and document it. He went back and got pictures and everything because my husband, he's a preacher, so he likes to be accurate. And, you know, I'm preacher/speaker, so I like to be cute. I'm just going to be real. So if it sounds good, I'm going to just say it, okay? It might not be accurate, but it preach good. It sound good. No, but anyway, that's what he be saying sometime about me. But anyway, so he pulls me in sometime and be like, no, get these facts right so that when we do fact checks, this is all reality. That's why you got to have good people in your life. So I'm like, good, thank you, honey. So he was like, it was 1995. It was a snowstorm. We were sitting in the living room. I was like, okay. But anyway, we were broke. That's the main thing. I don't know where we were sitting, but I know we were broke, all right? So I got that part of the story. We couldn't pay our cable. It was major. We couldn't pay our rent. We couldn't pay our car note. This is when we had repossession. This is when you know when you hide your car. Y'all all rich. Okay, y'all don't know about that. All right, okay. So ain't nobody in here ever had to hide a car. Okay, all right, okay, I'm with a high echelon crowd. Well, I had to hide my car before, okay? So that's when you put it at your cousin's house that you never go and see, but now you be like, hey, favorite cuz, can I borrow your garage for like 2 weeks until I come up with this money to get us caught up? So that's where we were. But at that time, I had something on the inside of me. I had faith, I had God, I had belief, and I had some systems that I had not used. And I said, okay, enough is enough. How long are we going to go from this to where I really want to be? So I started applying some things. I'm going to tell you all about them today. So we fast forward some years, and I can remember when I made my first $1 million. We don't forget that. I can remember that. I can remember when we made our first $1 million. And it almost was like we were on a roll and on a roll and on a roll and making money. And then when we made it, it was almost by happenstance. Like, oh my God, oh what, wow, oh my God, we made it, we're millionaires. Because we were just rolling. I had changed so much. Things had changed. I can remember when I had my first $100,000 day. You can remember that. Some of you were there, and I mean, we went crazy. Y'all were happy as I was. I had $100,000. I made $100,000 in like 30 minutes in a day. From speaking and my efforts and my product. I can remember when we went to buy our first jet. And we owned our own private jet for 7 years. And a helicopter. I remember when I took my first private jet ride, I didn't even know how to be on a private jet. But I had walked into this lifestyle. And I had to learn about things like FBO, not the airport. When you go to the private FBO and you have your own airline stewardess. And I can remember when my husband, when I first got the jet, he had to pull me in on that too. Because see, I take on everything. Prosperity, let's take it on. So we got the jet, and I can remember I had a meeting in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. So I flew to Phoenix, Arizona, and there was something going on. We were in Michigan at the time with the weather in Michigan, so we couldn't come back home. I said, well, that's not a problem. We're in Phoenix, Arizona. How close are we to Las Vegas? And the pilot said, oh, that'd just be like an hour. I said, well, you said we can't get back to Michigan. He said, no, we can't fly into Michigan. It's a snowstorm. Can't get back in. I said, well, I hope that lasts a couple days. I'm going to be done. We're going to wrap up this meeting in Phoenix, Arizona. I'll be done tonight. I said, when I get done, I'm going to get done. I'm going to talk with the people afterwards. We got to do a little bit of dinner. I said, then we're going to go and we're going to come to the jet, and I'm going to have you fly us over to Las Vegas, and I'm going to take all these girls, because my team, had never been to Las Vegas. And they thought that Las Vegas, the only thing there is in Las Vegas to do is gamble. Some people are scared to go to Las Vegas. They just out their mind. Las Vegas got the best shopping in the whole wide world. Don't they, Deshaun? Please, when the malls stay open all night, that is God. What? What? God lives in Vegas. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He met me right at the plane. 24 hours. You can land in Vegas at 9 o'clock and still shop all night. Now, you 9 o'clock in most places, everything is closed, locked down. You can't even get no chicken. But I'm telling you, in Las Vegas, you can eat all night. You can shop all night. So, and in the mall, I'm talking about you walking through the mall and the ceiling is lit up. And they got angels flying and everything. I said, this is Jesus. This is Jesus. I don't care what y'all say. But anyway, so I said, I'm going to take all my staff and my team to Vegas. So we took the girls over to Las Vegas. Then we still couldn't go home. I said, we still can't make it home? Wow. So then we went and stopped by L.A. I said, they've never seen L.A. Let me take them. Then we came finally home. So we got home. My husband said, now, did you add up all that gas fuel that you use? And I said, no, I wasn't thinking about the fuel. I was just thinking about the time. We might as well just waste some time since we couldn't come home. And he said, well, every time you fly on the jet, it's not like driving your car, Stacia. It costs a little bit more. You count up the cost. I said, okay. And then I counted up. I said, oh, this is how much it is. He said, all right, well, you got your own platform. Why don't you make that money back this week? Put that back in the gas budget. So I learned about prosperity real quick. I said, okay, if I want to live this luxury lifestyle, these bills do have to be paid. So I need to make sure that my mindset matches this lifestyle that I'm living, and that I can keep it up and that I can pay the bills. And we did, and I did. At the same time, I had $1 million budget for TV. I was on 5 days a week on the Word Network. And I had to raise my own money for that budget. And I raised that money. And that wasn't products then. That was donations. And I started that's when I had my first really coaching program, because it was called the ministry. What was it called? The something club. The what? Okay, the Millionaire Mentorship Club. And I would mentor people by tapes and CDs and that kind of thing. And they were just partners with my ministry. And they would partner, and we paid those bills. But I just said all that to say that to get from a 7-bedroom apartment to be able to have those experiences in my life was a mind shift. To not be able to pay your cable, to be able to fly private is a mind shift. So I'm not telling you fluff today. And I hope that you lock in. I'm going to go through it really fast. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to just run right through these. But I hope you lock in today, because I'm sharing with you from my heart. I'm sharing with you from all sincerity of every single thing I did. Nothing's fluff, nothing's made up. This is the true essence of what it takes to be prosperous. My goal and desire is that on this prosperity tour that we are on, from here, LA to Atlanta, Chicago, all the places we go, back here to Orlando in July for the big conference, is that you all take this information seriously And that 90% of you, I know 10% of the people will walk out and say, I can't do all that. That's just too much. It don't take all that. But 90% of you are here because you're serious and you're ready for change. And I pray that you all take to heart what I say today, that you do something with it, you up-level your life, and that turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, Dr. Stacia, desire for me is that you never see me in the situation I'm in today ever again. It doesn't matter what's in my bank account right now. I'm declaring I'm doubling that, then tripling that, then quadrupling that. You will never see me like you see me now, because I'm going to prosper from this information. That's the only reason I'm here, to bring prosperity to me and my kids and my children's children and everybody else who comes in contact with me. I'll never be like this again. So leave me alone, because I got to listen now. All right.